or your extraterrestrial powers. No one can borrow them, steal them, or harsh on your melodies. Amsiya nohtere samsiyaka, amsiya nohtere samsiyaka, ohtere samsiyaka, ohtere samsiyaka. Some of us are activated by star code activators such as myself, and then your parents come along and take away your activations. I'm serious. Like, your parents are so threatened by your psychic abilities. Like, no, you're not going to become a psychic medium. I'm going to take that away from you right now. And so this will prevent that from ever happening. Soon. And remember, if you believe, when, and so, the moment you believe, the stronger this is. You stay. You accept the healing here. You say, I accept healing. From Lubna Kamal Suboh, I'm sending Master Lubna Kamal Suboh. And it becomes so much stronger. I'm CSE. I'm Kondara, I'm Son. Okay, just remember that. I learned that in Reiki. When you say it out loud, it becomes even stronger. You say it in your heart, it's strong. You say it out loud, it becomes even stronger. I'm Mumbai Mahtareke. Mumbai Mahtaranin. I'm Mumbai Kane. I'm Shansay Kunahale. Isamsoya Sahne, Samsayani. Asmaya Kunsai Samahine. Ari Mahtara Sase. Sasaya Kumsaya Samsayana. Asaraya Kanihana Hasayo. This will heal you physically too. It's to heal you from any form of pain in your body. All the feelings of pain should completely go away. This transmission, this is a healing calibar. That's what we're going to call this. Model. O-D-U-L-E. And the healing is always and constant. And we go back and we heal some more. And this is to heal you from cancer too, acidity and the genomes, in the gut, and the GI. Heal the GI. Rahmatullah, Rahmatur-Rahim, Asma'il Nahdez, Msayakum, Ashmasha Shamsaya, Samsayakan, Arihmata Samsaya, Samsayamin, Rahmatullah, Nasasay. Last night, I went into the underworld, and I met some very famous people, and they were like, you always wanted to meet us, right? Well, we rule the underworld now. I'm like, no, Anubis rules the underworld. And I met them before, actually. I met these people before. I met them years and years ago. And my life was very, very, very different. And I do not miss that life, not one bit at all. I'm Nahdez Seiko. Even though I met very famous people all the time then, I'm Shasta Sayansi. But it was no life to live. I'm Yahdina Sensei. I'm Rishesa Kansu. And I thought I was happy. I'm Seirahne. I could write a poetry book about that life. I'm Seir Mumbai. But They really think they rule the underworld. Anubis rules the underworld. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rules all the benevolent realms. And I say right by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I guard his head and his sheath. Barahin. Barakat Allah. And that is where I love to reside. And that is where I love to be. On this plane I am here, but in my mind's eye I am there. That is why we heal the mind's eye, not seen. Because there are those that wish to convince me that I am elsewhere, and I know I am here with Allah. You know where you are, right? You know you're here. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. That's why I had to throw away all my tarot. And I did throw it away. I did not donate it. I did not give it to anyone because all my tarot was cursed by the feds. Their energy was all over it. They were using the tarot to pull me into hellfire. I kid you not. They wrapped me and tied me up into the tarot cards. They anchored me into the tarot, and they said, you can't get free because you are inside your tarot. So as long as I had my tarot, as long as anyone had my tarot, I had like a lot of tarot decks. We're not going to say how many because it's not a competition and I don't want you all to go collect some tarot. But as long as I had, and I only worked with like 3 decks out of all the tarot that I had. I only used 3, and one of them I used on the daily, and I'd use like twice a day, and it was my form of prayer. And for the longest time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed me to use it because at first I didn't even know how to read, and that was just how debilitating my ADHD and my neurological stuff was that I could not read. And tarot, I thought the tarot taught me how to read, but do you know who really taught me how to read? What taught me how to read? Music taught me how to read, and the Quran. Because I read the lyrics because I listened to a lot of R&B music and rap music, and I read the lyrics so I could like understand what was going on in the music, and that's what got me back into reading. And then I had to read a lot of medical texts in order to figure out what was going on with my brain. And then I had to look up dhikr, words, names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in order to better understand who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. And then the Quran, listening to the recitation of the Quran, I wanted to read the Quran too, and so that's how I got back into reading. Was I needed help, and my ADHD and my brain, and then I wanted to get really factual with my video calls. So that's how I got back into reading. It wasn't the tarot, it was everything, music and everything. I got back into reading. I'm seriously. So thank you, my favorite artist. Thank you for being who you are. And choosing to be so elaborate with your language. And and rapping and so beautifully and amazingly. I'm saying that if you didn't rap, I would not know how to read. And it's not that I was illiterate, it was just that my brain could not comprehend language anymore. I'm saying that. That's just how severe my brain damage was. And that's just how severe my ADHD was. So thank you, doctors, for prescribing the right medications to me. And thank you, musicians, for being who you are. But anyway, back to the reading. And for whoever pushed me to be more factual with these shamanic star channelings, I'm saying that and that was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like, you can go there. I'm saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me, remember how your readings were several years ago? Well, you can go further now. And so I did. I'm saying so. So we're going to remove all blockages to the body, to the soul. We're going to do soul reclamation, collect soul shards and souls, wherever they may be. A lot of us have souls that are lost along the Milky Way galaxy. Why? Because you've been astral projecting at night, my friends. At night, during sleep state, you've been astral projecting because you haven't been building like a shield across you or anything like that. So I want you to go to one of my oldest recordings. Let me see the exact name of it real quick. Oh, I can't do it like that. Well, it's a 12th dimensional quantum field shield. And I want you to meditate to that within 20 minutes. How long is mine? Within 35 minutes of going to sleep. And I want you to build it. Build your shield, okay? Build your 12th dimensional quantum field shield. And I want you to do that within 35 minutes of sleep. So that way, even if you do astral project before bed, you have protection and your souls won't get lost, okay, my loves? My friends, please don't get lost. I'm saying sustema sanse sakure. Ayahima sanse masanse mohure. You have glorious souls. I'm saying no day. And we don't want them lost anywhere. Stay. That's what we're going to focus on right now. Along with everything else. I'm saying even though we've accomplished it. I'm not saying, but I can see somebody. I shouldn't say that to the very end. I mean, I'm saying, but I can. I am supposed to say something. Hansi masinse manane ambashte mashure mashanse mokune anite mahune masanse manene ayani mohande mahani nahanse Jesuse masanse mokune ayane mahani mohunde ayere mahanse mahani masanse masanse Iyane mahani yahane yahane Bardo Shimise Masani Kanehana Anehtere Samuna Yasina Yasamahte Yashinko Yamani Yamanina Yasansira Yamahina Yamahina Yanahina Yahatsinso Yahashima Yahimano Yahamine Ahimano Ahamiso Amihano Amashine. And if there are certain individuals where you will never consent to their energetic field entwining with yours, we're going to go ahead and place a ban of non-interference across them. And I learned this from energetic synthesis from my I call her my friend, Ascended Master Lisa Renee. I learned this from Ascended Master Lisa Renee. And it's basically, so it's a ban of non-interference. And let me see, how do I describe it? It's energy, it's an actual structure, and it stops negative energies. Or, okay, this is exactly from Lisa Renee. I quote, "An energetic structure that is created as a deflection technique to stop negative energies or entitles from infiltration or superimposing negative energy towards our light body, consciousness, or mission projects." And this is from ascensionglossary.com, okay? End quote. So we're going to place it across anyone, any person, place, or thing that we don't want to access us. And it's going to be, we're going to make sure that it can't come within a millisecond between us. I like to do it by time, but you can do it by distance too. So we're going to do by distance and time. It doesn't need to have a quantifier, so we're not going to do it by a quantifier, but we're going to do it across any one person, place, or thing that we have the intention of not being around us. So I'm going to go ahead and think about literally everyone and everything and name them in my heart, and I'm going to name them really loudly, really, really, really loudly. You can say it out loud. That's like the best way to do it is to say it out loud. Like, say it out loud with your voice, with your I am presence. And right now, and we're going to place that ban of non-interference across them right now. And that's forever. And as permanent as God would have it be. And we take that into the morphogenetic fields and the morphogenetic chakras even. That's how I say CSC and into the 0-point God matrix, which is the source of our genesis and of all realities. CSC and all existence. CSC. I hope you enjoyed that singing the transition that came through to me and definitely I was supposed to give you a little forewarning, but it just came radiating from my soul. CSC. I always have to check they love the singing bowls. They're like coming inside for them. I'm so see. I'm nothing to say. I swear. I'm nothing to see. And I just want you to know that I know without a doubt that I will be passing over shortly. I'm seeing like soon, and it's not going to be my own doing. Just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already been preparing me for this. He's been preparing me for this for a very long time. But I don't know when it will happen. I just know it will be at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's timing, at his leisure. I'm seeing. Like he will decide when, he will decide how. But I need you to read the Aqua Release Portal. It's called Release into Aqua Portal. It's on ascensionglasstheory.com. So the moment that I pass, I need you to read it for me so I can become an ascended master and help you. Okay, so I can keep helping you. I'll be helping you even more than I do now, even though there's more I can do in this corporeal element. But I'll So I just need you to read that for me, and I'm going to post it on Twitter, so you can be reminded of it. I don't know when it will happen. I just know it's going to happen soon. And don't worry for me. Just know that I've been tortured on this plane for much of my existence. So I look forward to it as a vacation of a sort. I'm a vacation for my souls. I'm to no longer be tortured. I'm I tasted sweet bliss once I joined Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in heaven for the very first time. Hanina as his angel and archangel, Mashiach Shan, and to guard his head and his sheath. What an honor it is. So I'm working on my poetry book, so it's completed. And in hopes that my sister releases them all, and Nahanea and re-releases my other 7 books of poetry. Shia Shansu, so you have all my books to read. Yes, I'm soon. Remember me for my words and my wisdom and not for my actions. I messed up a lot on this plane. But yes. This is going to go on for quite some time. I've been doing quite well for myself since then. I'm seeing no days, I'm seeing scene. I'm seeing Rahne, I'm seeing Gan. I'm seeing Shansuya Sanasani. I'm seeing Sanin. Así se monte like in an A. Shamsi seen it. And I've known all my life that I wouldn't live a long life. I'm seeing Nona. But when I met my beloved, I my life took a turn for the best. I'm seeing Noda. So just know that I'm seeing this day. I see some Azinea, and then the government decided to torture me, and everything changed. I'm seeing this day. My dear, I'm say Sanin, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the last say. I'm saying, and it's not up to me, it's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm the same as she said, I'm star codes for clarity and for everything I mentioned. I'm saying, don't be sad. Remember me and my wisdom. And my words. I'm saying those days. She's to him my love. If I knew how to love. Simsaya kanuna. Arishmeshaya sinsa. Yakumbea hamanu. Yamiteya susine. Anuteya shasimse. Arithme makayanu. The energy is just so different today, isn't it? I'm Siamate. Amite Masaiste. This was made on February 21st, 2024. Ambaya Mite Masia Samleta. This Masaya Se Masaya Kanye. This Masaya Ande Saya Simanea. I have a lot of recordings. Amate Masasiste. The hardest part isn't recording them, it's releasing them. Re-recording and releasing them. It's all love though. It's all love. Star channeling. Shamanic star channeling. Sister Shamsi Samasine.